I found the answer to everything, and the answer to everything is 0. Watch this sound come from silence. That sound came from silence. Just like when you woke up this morning, this day came from nothingness, silence, 0. If this sound comes from silence, why wouldn't anything else? Now, the only reason you believe in things existing is because of words. So, we know that this thing is not really a word. We know that we are just calling this a word, right? But let's go deeper. This thing is not only not a word, but this thing is not a thing. Because thing is just another word. So if this is not a word, can you tell me what it is? No. So what is it? It's 0, like I was telling you. It's 0, like I was telling you. It's 0, it's perfection. You know that a white light can create a prism, and that white light can appear as many colors. Well, just like that, 0, nothingness, can appear as if it is something. So the only reason that you think that this thing exists is because of words. We know that this thing is not really a word. We're just calling it what we're calling it. But it's not a word, which means it's not a thing either, because thing is just another word. So what is this thing if it's not a word? You cannot give an answer, because it is no thing. It is 0. This is all 0. This is all 0. This is all 0. Now, things are created and things are destroyed. Things lose their form. They disintegrate. That reveals that it was never really there. It's not solid and concrete. The forms lose their form. Where did it go? The formless creates forms because a form can only be formed if it is not a form first. Something cannot form unless it is not a form first, so that it can form. To be able to form, it has to not be a form before it forms. So the forms come from the formless, and because the forms come from the formless, the forms are actually formless, which is how this is an illusion. So yes, reality is real, but it is formless. It is formless. So there cannot be time, there cannot be space, there cannot be objects, but there can be an illusion of form, because form doesn't really exist. That is how the illusion of form is able to exist. It's because form does not really exist. Listen to this silence. Now watch this sound come from the silence. It's coming from nothing. Words are part of the illusion that something is there. And the words are the only part of the illusion that makes it seem like something is there. Because if this is not a word, you cannot call this a thing at all. This has to be nothing, zero, nameless. This water is clear and pure. The water symbolizes clarity, like the transparency of the cup, because zero, because nothing is really there. And this is symbolizing zero. The reality that there is no thing, but reality is real at the same time. But there is just simply no physical thing that exists. The sound that I'm making is coming from the silence. The illusion that I am even making sounds right now is only coming from the words seeming as if they mean something, but they don't. They don't. They don't mean anything. The words don't mean anything. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. This illusion of reality fades in and out. This illusion of reality fades in and out. You don't exist, then you exist, then you don't exist, then you exist. But the existing part is the illusion. It's real, but it doesn't exist in a solid, physical, third-dimensional way. We have to go to zero. You have to go to zero. The nothingness, the silence is creating the colors and the sounds and the feelings. The nothingness is creating the feelings and the sounds and the colors, the music, everything that you know of. The purity of the water, the purity of the water is symbolizing zero, nothing. Clear the mind and you get to zero. You get to zero. You clear the mind and you get to perfect balance. You see pure infinity and you see God in everything, because the goddamn fact of the matter is reality is real, but it is not a thing. It's not a fucking physical reality. It is nameless. What you do not understand is that words misrepresent everything. Reality exists, but it is not a word, which means it cannot be physical. It cannot be anything. It is transcendent. It is above. It is beyond.